Have you ever wondered why some women seem untouched by time itself? Their faces hold a quiet glow, their presence a certain gravity, as if they carry a secret light that no passing year can dim. What makes this possible? Is it pure genetics? Or could something far deeper be at play? Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, believed that the state of the soul leaves a visible mark upon the body. If that is true, then perhaps what we call youthful radiance has less to do with beauty routines, diets, or cosmetic fixes, and more to do with the unseen forces shaping a woman's inner life. Today, on Beyond the Twist, we'll explore Jung's profound insight that the condition of the psyche not only influences how we age, but how we experience aging itself. Jung often emphasized that mind and body are not separate worlds, but two expressions of one single reality. He once wrote that the psyche and matter exist in the same universe and are in constant contact. In other words, whatever happens within inevitably reveals itself without. The body mirrors the soul. Modern science is beginning to echo what Jung sensed nearly a century ago. Research in psychoneuroimmunology and epigenetics shows that chronic stress, unresolved trauma, and suppressed emotion can speed up the aging process by damaging the very ends of our DNA, the telomeres. But inner peace, mindfulness, and emotional balance can do the opposite. They slow biological aging, restore cellular health, and even strengthen immunity. What Jung once intuited through psychology, science now measures in the lab. This perspective reframes aging entirely. It's not a slow decline. It's a reflection of our inner evolution. When a woman learns to integrate her experiences instead of hiding them, the marks of time on her face soften. Her eyes remain bright, her energy grounded. Her beauty becomes less about appearance and more about presence. Jung called this lifelong process individuation, the journey toward wholeness, the uniting of the conscious and the unconscious self. Women who walk this path often seem to carry what Jung described as a timeless quality. They look not simply like they've lived many years, but like they've grown through them. They radiate a quiet depth that goes beyond age. Jung linked this inner radiance to powerful archetypes, the eternal feminine and the anima mundi, the world soul connecting all life. In such women, personal identity begins to dissolve into something greater. They no longer just represent themselves. They seem to embody a collective wisdom, a universal grace. Think of a woman who has suffered deeply, yet chooses tenderness over bitterness. This is not denial. This is transformation, the kind Jung described in his method of active imagination, the inner dialogue that prevents emotional poison from festering. By bringing light to their shadows, such women turn pain into understanding and wounds into compassion. That alchemy is what gives rise to their ageless glow. Jung might have said these women are in harmony with the transcendent function, the bridge between the conscious and the divine, between the human and the sacred. He called it the religious function of the psyche, not referring to any institution, but to the innate human sense of meaning. Women who live with this sense of meaning experience life differently, and modern research agrees. A 2019 study published in JAMA Psychiatry found that people with a strong sense of purpose live longer, age slower, and show lower stress responses at the cellular level. Purpose stabilizes hormones, balances cortisol, and builds resilience. In other words, meaning itself protects life. When a woman lives with this awareness, she doesn't deny time. She simply stops being ruled by it. Her soul begins to move to its own rhythm, not the ticking of a clock, but the pulse of something eternal. And what once sounded mystical in Jung's writings now finds echoes in neuroscience. Meditation, breathwork, and mind-body practices, all shown to lengthen telomeres and support regeneration, mirror the same principles Jung spoke of. Inner balance creates outer vitality. Nobel laureate Elizabeth Blackburn demonstrated that mindfulness can literally protect our chromosomes from wearing down. These findings beautifully align with Jung's vision of a psyche that strives for wholeness. Women who live in this harmony show lower inflammation, steadier heart rhythms, and more stable hormonal cycles, biological signs of renewal. Their youthfulness is an illusion. It's the physical signature of a soul at peace. Jung believed that when the psyche lives symbolically, when every experience, even pain, is seen as meaningful, the spirit never stagnates. That symbolic vision keeps vitality alive. The moment we lose meaning, we begin to harden. But when life is seen as an unfolding story, energy flows outward again, shaping a presence that feels luminous, timeless, alive. Ultimately, the women who radiate this kind of beauty are not defying time. They are befriending it. Jung often wrote that life is made of cycles, of death and rebirth, loss and renewal. Those who carry light into later years have learned to release what no longer belongs, to surrender old roles, and to welcome new seasons with grace. This surrender creates what Jung called the conjunctio, the union of opposites, masculine and feminine, conscious and unconscious, mortal and eternal. When that happens, something extraordinary emerges, a beauty that feels both human and otherworldly. Their glow is not cosmetic. It is alchemical. It rises from the ashes of what was once pain, now turned to wisdom. Their faces don't just reflect youth. They reflect depth, peace, and a soul aligned with truth. Both Jung's psychology and modern science lead us to the same realization. Consciousness shapes the body. The state of your inner world determines how your outer world unfolds. So perhaps the real secret isn't how to look young, but how to live whole. Because when the psyche aligns with its purpose, radiance is no longer an illusion. It becomes the natural light of the soul, shining quietly through the mirror of time. If this reflection resonated with you, tell us in the comments which part spoke to you most deeply. And remember to subscribe to Beyond the Twist for more explorations into Jungian psychology, philosophy, and the timeless mysteries of the human soul, where the unseen becomes visible and where the light within defies the shadows of time.